Assalamu alaikum, beta. Today we are still in the middle of our topic on relative pronouns, and we talked about who, which yesterday. We are going to talk about that. That is also a relative pronoun. So instead of who, we can sometimes write that. Instead of which, we can sometimes write that. And today we are going to discuss the use of that. Why is that used? Uh, Number first thing that is about that is that is used for persons and things. Can be used for persons and things. Who is always used for the person, while the which is used for the things, as I already told you. But that can be used for persons as well as things. How? It may refer to singular and plural. That's okay. That has no genitive case. That means it does not have a possessive case. You cannot use like which does not have a possessive case. Whenever we need to use the possessive case of which, we always use who. That's whose for that. For example, triangle. Which side is, there's nothing like which side. Triangle, although is a thing, it's not neither an animal nor a living object nor a human. We always use a triangle whose, because which does not have a possessive case. That's why we use whose instead of the possessive case of which. Likewise, that does not have that, the word that, relative pronoun that does not have a genitive, what we call the possessive case. And it's never used with a preposition preceding. Let me see. This is the boy. That I told you of. That means this is told about whom I told you. Here we use that I told you of. I know the house that he lives in, that in which he lives. Okay. Uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. I have lost that, the what that you gave me. That means simply the nominative case. So there are so many uses of that. Relative pronoun that is used only for defining classes, not for, that means the classes that restrict, limit, or define the antecedent. It cannot be used to add further information. For example, I told you yesterday about uh, my father. Okay, who is a doctor, comma, came yesterday. Okay, for example, my father, sentence number first. Another sentence, let me write the second sentence. My brother, who is a teacher, came yesterday. Okay, here see the difference. My father followed by comma, who is a doctor followed by comma, came yesterday. That means whenever this is separated by two commas, this who is a doctor means it adds some additional information about my father. It's not a part, it's additional, it's not necessary. I can simply say my father, because since I have only one father, everybody has only one father. My father came yesterday. It's okay. But I want to add some information that my father is a doctor. So I want to add, although the sentence could still suffice. My father visited yesterday, came yesterday, it would still suffice. But how I want to tell the people that my father is a doctor, want to add additional information about it. So that's why my father, comma, who is a doctor, came yesterday. Okay. My brother, who is a teacher. Here I cannot say my brother yesterday because Somebody may ask me which brother, since I have many brothers. So here my brother who, okay, uh, here's my brother who is a no comma, who is a teacher. That means the brother who is a teacher. I have many brothers. I have another brother, maybe a other brother, maybe a doctor. So my brother, that means it is very much, it restricts the class and limits the class to a particular antecedent. Okay, my brother who is a teacher. That means the brother who is a teacher. Otherwise, I have many brothers. Here, but that is used only in case of the restrictive clauses. It cannot be used to add additional information about something. For example, my brother, that's a teacher, has left for Srinagar yesterday. Okay, my brother, that is a teacher. That means it restricts the meaning to a particular class, to a particular brother, because I have many brothers. I cannot say my brother separated by commas and add additional information and then use the sentence that's a brother, because that is always used in the restrict, but who can be used in both restrictive as well as non-defining clauses. That is another use is used in case of adverbial accusative. For example, we sometimes use on which, in which, at which. Do you know these? For example, I remember the day on which you told me something. I remember the house in which you live. I remember the occasion at which you did something. So you have to use on each, but you can skip these. You can use instead of these adverbial accusatives the word that. That, for example, I remember the day on which he came. We can simply, I remember the day that he came. That here means on which he came. Okay. On the day, I remember the house in which he lives. I remember the house that he lives. So that here can be used for instead of for on which, in which, and at which. Adverbial accusatives. Okay. Sometimes we can use relative pronoun that in preference to who and which. We normally use who and which after, but after adjectives in superlative degree. For example, he is the most eloquent speaker. I can use he is the most eloquent speaker who I ever heard. We normally use that I ever heard. That I ever heard. Here, he, that is used instead of he. Sorry, who. That's used instead of who. Why? Because the adjective, the most eloquent speaker, the adjective is in the superlative degrees. Okay? Do you understand better? Yes. And we can use another, I think the the volume of the video has enlarged, and it may not be possible to upload it on the YouTube. We'll be calling it the day and leave it for today, for tomorrow, sorry. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.